since I've recorded a whole batch of these, but I'm back again to answer the questions you put forward to me, which is the whole purpose of the series. And surprisingly, we open up with a Kryptonite Cow question. Question 1. If there was a Broadway Western live musical theater adaptation of the Sonic franchise, which would feature characters from both the game, Saturn, Archie, IDW, how would you react to it? Would you see it? And how do you think the characters in the musical should be done? With live actors, with Jim Henson puppet styles, or all of the above? Question. That is a good question. If there's going to be an adaptation of the whole damn thing, honestly, I think it would be better with live actors. Not to say that the Jim Henson style wouldn't give the characters credence or anything. I just think that just works better for the Muppets. I think for Sonic, particularly if you're adapting something like the elements of Satam into that, I think you need it to be done with live actors because, I've always taken the characters of Sally Acorn, Rotor, and Dr. Julian Robotnik with a lot of credibility. Even though you look at the concept itself, it's a little bit goofy in places. But when you look at how Julian is written, how Sally is written, they're written with a lot of credibility, and I think to do that with live actors would be the best way to go. And the best one to portray Sally with a live actress, who else but Laura Blue? And Laura, I mean that. Question 2. Another one from Kryptonite Cow. If Sally Acorn was reimagined as a rich journalist adventurer, I could see possibilities with this, akin to the DC Comics characters Bruce Wayne, Lois Lane, and Wonder Woman. How would you react to it, and do you think it would make the Sonic and Sally relationship easier to work with? No, personally I think this is a great idea, since not only the Sonali relationship thing be easy to work with, but it also means that Sonic will be able to keep his freedom and continue being a vigilante even if he gets married to Sally, etc. I mean, take a look at Superman. He's married to Lois Lane, but he still has his freedom, and he's still being a vigilante. If Superman can be married to someone and still have his freedom, still be a vigilante, then the same can be done with Sonic. Wouldn't you agree? Whew! Dude, condense it, seriously. But to answer your question, the idea of Sally still being an adventurer, but being more of a journalist. So basically, if you were to fuse elements of Lara Croft and Lois Lane together, which, or even Lara Lane, if you want to be technical, I could see that working for Sally because she's very forthright, astute, and always looking to get to the truth of things. So, as a journalist, Lois is all about that. And I think that would work wonders for Sal, plus she'd look good in the suit. As for making the Sonic-Sally relationship thing work, I think it would work better if Sonic was masquerading as someone else when he's not being the vigilante. So it is taking on a somewhat Superman-Batman thing where Sonic is his real face, but his other persona is the face that he uses to keep his real face hidden. So if he actually took on, the assumed alias of Maurice, and, is able to disguise himself enough to so people think he's not Sonic, then I could see that working, because Sonic is going to get recognized wherever he goes. And the whole thing about having a persona that deviates away from your real identity, that's a thing to keep your loved ones away from, to protect them from reprisals. As Michael Caine said it best in Batman Begins. Hard to think that movie's 13 years young. But yeah, I could definitely see that working for Sonic and Sally, and I'm just going to say this right now, this is just pure bias on my part, but that's the best Sonic couples pairing. Mainly because I tend to agree with what Win has said. She is the perfect foil for his shenanigans. I know there are some people that say that their relationship is tired and has no weight, but, you know, to each their own, agree to disagree. But to answer your question, I think to apply the Superman Lois Lane template to Sonic and Sally would work, but I would rather they have something that's inspired by it rather than just straight up copying, because there's a little thing that's done too much now in comics and movies. People are copying people so often now, there's no original thought nor identity. I mean, it'd just be nice if, particularly in movies, you don't have everybody trying to copy Christopher Nolan's Batman for dark, brooding retellings of characters. Like, you know, just let the characters have their own voice, have their own identity. The only reason that works so well for the Chris Nolan series is because that's staying true to the character of Batman. I mean, could you imagine Sonic being like the Christian Bale Bat, you know, Bat Hog Begins or Sonic Begins? I mean, it'd be interesting, but it wouldn't be Sonic. Question 3 from Sean Retro. Most annoying PC breakdown. Ugh. They actually have a few. But the one that was the biggest kicker, and this is a pro tip for anybody watching this, always, and I mean always, get an antivirus on your system. I learned this the hard way during the summer of 2001. I actually still have that particular computer here, even though it's long past its sell-by date, but I keep it as like a sort of a reminder of, like, you know, don't forget where you came from. And I was just looking up some stuff on, at the time, WWF.com, because remember, they didn't change to WWE until May of 2002. And I was just looking up some stuff for SummerSlam 2001. PC died on me. And what had happened was a virus had gone on there, and, well, need I say more? So that's where I got into the habit of no. You get an antivirus on the system without fail. Those have been your questions for this week. You know how this shtick works by now, and I'll see you all again next time. Ask again.